This is the top 10 best video game series ever.
Played so far on this channel.
What up, y'all? This is the top 10 best video game series ever.
Played so far on this channel.
Alright guys, this is our yearly reviews where we run through the top 10 series and games that we played so far on this channel over the years. So, this is 2021 edition. Let's get rolling.
Okay, we'll start with number 5. Why are we starting with number 10?
Because there's only freaking 5 we played so far. At least it's better than last year, it was 3. Number 5 is the Vectorman series, you heard?
Yeah.
Yeah. Vectorman only had 2 games in this series officially released.
One we liked, one we didn't like.
Vectorman 1 on Genesis was awesome. Run and gun shooter. Cool sound effects. The robot himself was cool.
We were bumping when we were playing that game.
That game has some club music in it. And then the second one came out, and the second one was, well, not as cool as the first one. It's pretty bad, actually, in my opinion. And then there's supposed to be a third one on Saturn, didn't happen. There's supposed to be another one on the PS2, didn't happen. And there's supposed to be another one, didn't happen. So basically, ended with 2. Could have been longer, could have been cooler, but
yeah,
they decided 2's enough. Maybe it's dead, maybe it'll come back in the future, we don't know. But that's Vectorman series. First one cool, second one frustrating, repetitive levels, short levels, bad color, can't see anything.
Yeah, very dark.
Yeah. So play the first one, but not the second one.
Alright, number 5. Here we go.
We just did number 5, dude.
Alright, number 4.
Number 4.
Gunstar Heroes.
Gunstar Heroes series. And why is it so low on the list, my sweetums?
Because there weren't very many games.
Yeah, it's by Treasure, and Treasure is the mans. They do the best games in the world.
Yeah, we really did like playing those games. It's just, give us some more of them.
Well, that's Treasure's thing. They usually don't make sequels. They make one game and they move on. So the Gunstar Heroes series is not that big, but Gunstar Superheroes on the Game Boy Advance is like kind of a sequel. It's got, you know, 2 different characters, different weapons this time. It's got a bunch of new enemies and new effects because it's on the handheld, the Mode 7 stuff.
Yep.
So it's not exactly a sequel, but it's very cool. Of course, the first game, Gunstar Heroes, is one of the best games ever. I mean, ask a lot of people and they'll probably say it's one of their favorite run and gun shooter games. So the first one's great. The sequel / reboot is really cool, and then after that, it's kind of just different ports on the PS2. The Game Gear port, which is actually kind of amazing to put that on the Game Gear.
Yeah.
So, and then of course you got the Xbox Live release, PS3 release, digitally only.
Your favorite.
Yeah, I love digital. So overall, it's kind of a short series, but all the games in it are good. Even the different ports are good. Like the Game Gear one's pretty impressive. Like I said, and the Game Boy Advance one is definitely worth playing. So.
All right, on to number 3. And this is where the music goes.
Yeah. Number 3 is
DuckTales.
the DuckTales series. Yeah. DuckTales had a series on Nintendo, games number 1 and 2, and then ported to the Game Boy for games 1 and 2 also. Which was cool because they're kind of different than the Nintendo counterparts.
Yeah, and we really like those games, but similar to the last one, there really haven't been any since then.
What about Quest for Gold? That was a great game. There's one computer game in there which was barely playable. About stock markets, real exciting. So, but the first 2 games on Nintendo were great. The Game Boy ports were also very cool, and because they were different. And then they got re-released on 16 or 17, or no, 2013, wasn't it? Whatever. The remastered edition.
Yeah, and all the controls in each of the games, they were really good. And it used like different aspects, like you weren't shooting, you were bouncing around on like your little stick.
Yeah, Mr. Scrooge does not have a gun.
So
he uses his pogo.
That was cool.
Yeah, it was different at the time. DuckTales on Nintendo is a lot of people's favorite game. Definitely on top 10, top 25 lists for Nintendo games. Because it was unique. You had to bounce on people to kill them with the pogo stick, and hit blocks to move them and things like that. So
Yeah.
it was a unique game. It's got great music, obviously. It's by Capcom, who made Mega Man, so has a similar style and feel. So DuckTales series as a whole, pretty good. Number 3 on our list for top 10 best video game series ever.
Number 2, Blaster Master.
Yeah, Blaster Master. Great series.
Yeah, there's a lot of good games in this series.
Tons of games in this
And
series.
they're even still coming out with them.
Yeah. We got all the old Blaster Master games up until like 2007, and then recently, NT Crates made a new trilogy, the Blaster Master Zero trilogy, which we just finished the 3rd one. We'll talk about that later when the video comes out. But you got the first Blaster Master game, which in my opinion is a classic, and then it kind of got a little weird for a while. Blaster Master 2 was odd on Genesis.
Yeah, there's some questionable ones. PlayStation 1.
PS1 game's not my favorite. But then it got remade in I think 2007 on the Wii, which is no longer available. And then remade again with the NT Create stuff. So there's a lot of games in this series. There's like 2 or 3 handhelds, which were kind of cool on their own. They're all very similar, but some have different things than the other ones. So great series. The trilogy by NT Creates really revived the series a little bit there for a while. It's a pretty cool series, little trilogy. So
Yeah, I really like this series because you're in the car, you're out of the car. There's so many different things going on in each of the games.
yeah,
It makes them more
it's
interesting.
an exploring type game. That stupid phrase Metroidvania, which I hate, but everybody knows what it means by now. So you go around in the car, get different power-ups to get to further other places in the level, and you get out of the car as Jason to fight the bosses and things. So it was very, very cool series back in the day. One of the rare hybrid type games, like Guardian Legend had the same idea. One was the plane, one was walking. This was different. Had one was the car and one was walking. So not too many hybrid games back in the NES days, but this was one of the good ones. Obviously it was great because it just kept going from there. Even though the quality kind of went down, the first game was very, very good in the series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what about number 1?
Well, I don't know. What's the number 1 series we got?
Which are you wearing?
Can't see it, but it's got the letters.
Contra.
Contra, obviously the best series in the world that we played so far on this channel. Contra, tons of games.
I feel like almost all the games are like just classic.
Did you play PS1?
Well,
There's not very many bad games in the Contra series, which is why it's the first place here. The first 2 games on NES were great. That little Contra 4 spin-off was okay. But then came Super Nintendo. Contra 3 The Alien Wars.
yeah,
And then Contra Hardcore.
yeah. And then some mobile games.
That was much later. The actual handheld games for Contra are good. The mobile games, not so much. So then PS1 games came out, which were crap. And then PS2 came out and kind of took it back and made some good games. 2 good games for the PS2. Neo Contra and Shattered Soldier.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we got the DS game.
On the handhelds.
Yeah. But then they came out with Contra Rogue Core. We didn't publish that video yet, but we played it. That one's bad.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is the best series ever, so we're not going to talk about that.
Okay.
We're going to talk about all the cool games, like Shattered Soldier. So anyway, Contra is a classic run and gun style game. Most of the games are 2 players simultaneous, so you can play with your buddy or anybody else wants to play with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those games are always the most fun. They have really cool bosses, big boss fights, sick bosses. You know, overall great series. Tons of games in this series.
So many games. If you've been on our channel a while, you know.
There's like over 25 different variations at this point. So,
Yeah. That's not even including like the hacks and all the other games that we played.
well, yeah, we don't count them on this
Well, yeah.
thing, but yeah, there's tons of Contra games. If you've been following us for the last couple of years, you've known we played a bunch of them. If not, check them out in the playlist because they're all there. So that's the best series ever played on this channel so far. That's Contra series by Konami.
Yeah. Alright, so that's Contra, number 1
Yeah.
on our list.
Stay tuned for our top 10 worst series ever coming up in a few days. We'll see you there.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thanks for watching. This is real centered. You want to get in the freaking camera, or you want to sit on the floor? This is Zombie Dice 2, double feature.
Oh my god, we're not
Literally
playing
3
board
dice.
games.
And how much does he want for it? $8 for 3 dice. What am I doing wrong in life? $8. This probably cost him
$1, $2, $3.
no
Package it.
25 cents. 25 cents. This probably cost him $1.50 to make, maybe $2.
How much did they cost when you just looked it up?
23 cents a dice.
Yeah, and that's without personalization.
Let's get going here. What was this from? And why did I even bother to keep it? Oh, I could probably use these for something. That's fine.
Let's go.
Can you do that? Yeah, exactly. Let's go.
I'm done.
This is crazy. We gotta go. Yeah. We're done. Let's go. Welcome back, y'all. This is my bae fixing her hair.
Do you think I look nice?
Don't mind this big ass line here. You're gonna see right through a whole entire video.